Welcome back to Guidance of Khi. This is Kai, your healer, coach, and tarot reader. Let's hop into some messages for the collective. But first and foremost, I'm going to let y'all know I got some announcements. So listen, y'all. I've came up with a schedule. So y'all will start getting readings almost on a daily basis, okay? And I'm also will still do readings based off each sign, okay? So I'm going to have a regular collective ones that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to have one for all the zodiac signs at least once a month. So I just want to let y'all know, and don't forget, if you would like to have a one-on-one, go ahead to go to my link tree or go to my YouTube, wherever you're at, and go ahead and go to the website to book, okay? So, Holy Spirit, I've already prayed, I've already saved, so I don't know, I'm just a habit of still going to cut again. But, Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know? Let's read everything. What's going on? We got the King of Swords trying to come out, okay? Someone could be a Gemini. What's going on, Holy Spirit? Oh. Okay, we got the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Somebody could feel very, very tired, very overwhelmed because they've been through a lot. It can also be that somebody could not know how to sit down somewhere. Like somebody could work a lot or do too much, or they don't know how to relax. Okay, somebody can also just realizing that a lot of their trials and tribulations, or just a lot of stuff that you've been through, is causing you to maybe be a little bit more like spiteful, and maybe you didn't realize that you was being mean, or you should just say some wild stuff. That your tongue was very, very lethal. Okay. And so it's like you could be waking up to the fact that you allow all the things that happened in your past, or how people did things to you, that it caused you to change your heart posture. Okay. You could have an issue of wanting to collaborate with other people. Tell me more, Holy Spirit. Yeah, look, we got the Six of Swords, the King of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Devil card. I'm gonna put it in reverse because they be kind of naked. Let me show y'all. Six of Swords, King of Swords, then it was the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Devil card. You could also be somebody that's this could also be connected to, I feel like what I said is very much so valid. Let's start there. But I feel like that somebody could have left you, or you left somebody. This could have like this could be like a family dynamic. So your baby mama could have left you, or maybe you took the child and you decided to walk away. That doesn't have to be the case, so that doesn't apply to everybody. But for some of you guys, this is like a family dynamic. Some of you guys could be single, or it could just be like just an individual where you have to deal with this type of stuff, as far as like somebody did something, or you moved on, or just having a lot of different trials and tribulations. Whatever happened, it definitely caused you to be very more protective, and not only that, it also caused you to like isolate yourself a little bit and stay to yourself. Okay. And I feel like the only way you have a major like, what's there looking for, not a reflex, but a deflect. You like to deflect by working a lot, okay, by overly working. So that's very much so true with this Eight of Pentacles coming out. You could just focus on your career, your business ideas, going to school, focus on your classes. But you're also realizing is that that's also like you have a toxic tie to like overly working, or you feel like that if you work, it's kind of like granted, and don't get it twisted, because you can work hard and accomplish your thing, but I think for you specifically, you have to realize that it's like you have a toxic bond with thinking that, oh, if I work hard, then I could just accomplish everything. And I'm not saying that's not true, because that is true, obviously, but that you could overly work. Okay, you can do a lot of overtime, or it's kind of like, it's almost like a slave, essentially. Okay, so you could like work a lot, over, do like, 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours a week for a company, not realizing that at the same time you're basically being a slave for that company, because you're still working for the man. And then it's something about like needing to shift your perspective and realizing that it's because I also feel like you could be somebody that you're supposed to create like some type of business or something like that, and you have to realize that you working so hard for this company, but you're not willing to put that same effort when it comes to like building your own brand or your own company or something like that. It's something about that's also connected to this. This is kind of deep, y'all. This is also kind of sort of connected to having like a bonding when it comes to material things. So it's like you count on your check. You count on getting paid every 2 weeks, or once a month, or the first and the 15th, or have whatever y'all payment schedule is. But what if God decided to take that away? It's like you're dependent on the company, you're dependent on material things, and that's a tie that you need to end. In your family, somebody, well, if it's not you, it could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be a third generation, where somebody had like a toxic hold when it comes to material thing, money. This it could have been a earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. I'm picking up more that it could be a Taurus or a Capricorn, but it could be an earth sign, and they could have it anywhere in their chart, to the point where they like gambled and stuff. They cared about materialistic things. And so it's also something about the fact of like, you have to realize that material things is something that could be taken away. Um and it's something that you need to focus more on, like memories. Like, you aren't balanced as far as like you, because I don't feel like you really ever had issues with like money, but it could be a situation where God will put you in a situation where you can struggle when it comes to like financial stuff, simply because you haven't learned the lesson yet to understand that you're addicted to working. You're addicted to overexerting yourself for situations. And that's not only with work. Okay, so y'all take it with it, take it how it resonates. For everybody, it's not just school or work, but if it ain't work, let me take that back. It's like if you're not overly working, it's like work or some type of certification. It's like, say for example, you could have a master, you could have a PhD, and then you decide to go to school again and get another degree. It's something about like, it gives you like, it validates you when you're going to work and when you're going to school, and you got to realize that you can have all the degrees, you can have all the money, and if you're not happy within, and if you're still dealing with these toxic patterns, and if you don't break their generational curse, you're going to continue to go through the same thing. I'm not even going to clarify. I'm going to give you an oracle, because I heard my wisdom cards, so we're gonna see what y'all need to know. And then we're going to close this out. Okay. Holy Spirit said they not finna play with you. All right, Holy Spirit. Intuition tried to pop out. All right. Clear the energy, Holy Spirit. I'm going to say to give you 2. So let's see. All right, Holy Spirit. Give me 2 cards to clarify this for the collective. Give me 2 cards. Whoa. Did y'all just see that? I didn't even have to get to do nothing. Okay, y'all. At the bottom of the deck, Dark Night of the Soul. Okay, so you could be going through a transformation. You have 3 cards that popped out. I didn't look at them yet, so we're going to look at them together. The Dark Night of Soul says, during your dark night of the soul, it may seem that all is lost and that you may not make it through. Rise from the ashes and choose to be better, not bitter. Didn't I say something about that? I feel like I did say something at the beginning. Okay, because I feel like whatever happened, something happened, it did cause you to become bitter, and so now that caused you to like deflect, and so that's why you overly work. Oh snap! What happened? Okay, it says what happened to you. Now is not the time to give up or give in. You've come too far to give up now. I know that's right. Okay, what's the next one say? Headstrong. Okay, you could be stubborn. That sounds like it. That's why, especially with these earth signs. I'm not saying you gotta be an earth sign, so it can apply to any signs. But I just feel like that this is just like what I'm picking up on. Headstrong. Maybe it's time to get out of your own way. Okay, nobody knows everything, and there will be times when you will just have to accept that. I feel like it's giving a confirmation. It's giving what I said. Stand your ground. Okay. It says it has always been said that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Stand up for what you believe and not be easily swayed by the beliefs and wishes of others. So now I feel like what I said is very much so valid. And I also feel like that, like, especially heavy on the stand your ground. Don't allow other people to try to manipulate or sway your opinion. Okay, be honest with how you feel about the situation. If people try to, maybe if you've isolated yourself and now you're not talking to people and people want to call you and ask you why, tell her, because nigga, you a fraud. Okay, you ain't got to say it just like that. But what I'm saying is be real. Real recognize real. And how do you expect people to change their ways if you don't let them know what your issue is? Now, it's different if you let them know, like, hey, I don't like you because I don't like how you betrayed me. I don't like the way you talk to me. Whatever the situation is, maybe, okay? But you can't expect people to change if you don't communicate that. Now, if you communicate it to them and you have to give them some wiggle time, give them some time to change their ways, okay? At least 90 days. At least 90 days, okay? If they don't want to do that, then cut their ass off, okay? But I love y'all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and repost, okay? And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.